Good morning, everyone, and thanks for tuning in. My name is Michaela Geis. I'm here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. It's about 30 minutes north of Denver. This morning, I'm going to be taking you guys through a used trade-in that we received maybe a couple weeks ago. It's a 2018 Cimarron Norstar 3-horse slant load with a 12/8 short wall on it. Just so you guys know, this was actually my customer that traded it in. So I'm very familiar with him and how he kept his trailers, and I'm going to tell you guys this was a very clean trailer when it came in. He takes care of his stuff. He bought it new here from us in 2018. He's been the only owner, very low miles on it, and whenever he does take it somewhere, he shows. So whenever he does take it somewhere, it's usually plugged in. So the generator has really low hours. Just been a really good trailer for him. All he did was come in and upgrade to a 4-horse. So great trailer, great option for you guys. And then also I just want to tell you a little bit about what happens when we do take in a used trailer, especially being a living quarters. They are going to run through both of our shops here at Transwest. So they're going to run through our chassis shop, which is going to be the entire body of the trailer. They're going to go through the floors, the seals, the welds, brakes, bearings, hubs. They're going to check all the doors, dividers, make sure everything latches properly, it's all aligned. Just super functional, basically as new as it can get. They all are also going to do an alignment on the axles too, which is really cool. Not something I knew about until I started working here, so great to know that is an option on your trailers. You always think about it on your cars because when you drive and you got to hold the steering wheel one way because it's pulling on you, you never think about it when it's a tow vehicle behind you, that those can actually pull too. Especially you hit a pothole out there, you end up having to cut a corner, drive off the road, hit a curb, something like that. That's going to affect them. So we do an alignment on those. They're going to pull really straight for you. And then our LQ goes across the street to our house shop over there, our RV shop. They're going to run through the entire interior of this LQ. They're going to check all the appliances for functionality. They're going to check all the cabinet doors in there and make sure they latch correctly as well. They're just going to make sure, again, nose to tail, everything inside this trailer is ready to roll down the road for you. So really cool process that we have here on our used inventory. We're not just going to spray them off and stick them on the lot. They actually go through an extensive process. So really cool. I always like to tell people about that because I think that's something unique that we do here, and I'm very proud of that. So before we get started on this trailer, I'm going to be pulling you guys up this spec sheet of our Cimarron side of this trailer. We're going to go over the dimensions on this one. Being a living quarters, it's going to be 8 feet wide. This one is going to be 7'7" tall. It does have that 6-foot hay rack up there, so it's not an integrated pod, so it's not cutting into that ceiling space in your stock area at all. So it's that full 7'7" tall. You're going to have your 12/8 short wall on this one, giving you a overall floor length of 27 feet, super manageable size. And then you've got the 8'2" nose up front. So overall length just over 35 feet there. Really great size trailer. But again, only 27 on the floor. So really easy access with this size of rig and still giving you lots of space inside this living quarters. So let's go ahead and check it out. So starting right here, you're gonna have your freshwater fill right here. This is not your city water. This is just to fill your tanks. So you're just gonna stick a hose in here if you wanted to fill that tank. Again, this is for your living quarters, but also once we do get up to the nose, there is an outdoor spigot up there as well that will drain from this tank. And then an electric awning out here that will stretch out, give you guys nice shade here if you were going to use this area for hanging out outside after a show with your friends, after a rodeo, just getting outside. You do have that awning here, which is push of a button. Then this one here, before we step inside, you guys will notice this one is a Pro line, so it is still done by Outlaw, but this is kind of, their Pro line is basically just a pre-packaged interior as far as layout, colors, the design, the whole schematics of the inside. It is just kind of like, it's not prefab, but it's pre-designed, so it's pre-packaged, so you can pick from these Pro line interiors. It's basically just a more economical version for customers that don't want to do a full custom Outlaw, but still giving you guys a great quality that Outlaw offers. Go ahead and step inside here. Flip on some lights. Our lights are not going to turn on, so must have lost our battery, but we're just going to roll with it. So we'll start up here at your nose. So this is going to be where your bed is up here. You're going to have great cabinets for storage up here up above your head, and then as well as at your feet. You're gonna have your windows up there with day and night blinds. But over here on this side, you'll notice that this one has some wires and some plugs here. It actually is set up and pre-wired for an additional TV. So if you wanted to add another TV up here, you can mount it right there and plug it in. It's kind of just plug and play, ready to go. So if you wanted that extra TV up closer to your bed, you have that option. And then as you come out of your bed area, we're getting straight into our kitchen here. I really like, again, I always say about the favorite thing about Outlaws is just use of space. They really just kind of take every space they have and use it for cabinets, use it for storage. You guys are gonna have great pantry space here, I would call it. Up above your kitchen, you're gonna have your microwave here, your vent here for your stove, and then you do have a 2-burner cooktop. It is recessed, and then you have this glass cover over it. So that way you can still use this as counter space, and this will sit flush with the rest of the counter. There's people who do like these and people who don't, so it's kind of personal preference. I really like it because you do get that flush counter space, so you really just makes great use of this space. But then there's a lot of people who will not prefer that. They want it to actually sit up on top of the counter because it does limit your pan size or your pot size in there. Me personally, I don't end up cooking on my stove a lot. I bring like a portable grill outside, or bring like a plug-in toaster oven, air fryer, that kind of stuff, or really just a lot in the microwave. So depends on how you cook and what your preferences are going down the road. You do have your kitchen sink with your covers here that also give you more countertop space, but really big kitchen sink on this one. Being a smaller short wall here, they do make, again, really just, they design these so well. They make great use of everything that is in this trailer. They set them up really well. And then of course all your cabinets and your drawers down here. Over on this side, huge double rod closet for all of your hanging space, hanging all of your show clothes. He did show, so all your show clothes, your rodeo clothes. Just if you're just using this to trailer, this is a great size trailer for getting to those trailheads and spending the weekend up in the mountains with your friends. So you're hanging just extra clothes there. And then in your slide out, you do have a sofa sleeper in here. So this does slide down into an additional bed space. And again, just even more storage up above here as well. Working our way back towards the bathroom, we're gonna find our fridge and our freezer. So even being this smaller short wall, you still get this bigger fridge freezer combination, giving the freezer space as well. Typically on our smaller short walls, you may end up with that 3-foot cubic fridge, which is just like a dorm size or an office size fridge. So you still get the big size on this one. Have your AM, FM radio here, and then this TV right here is actually on an arm. So all you're gonna do is just pull down on this to release it, and then you can pull it out, twist it around. So you could twist it to face your sofa sleeper. You could twist it, point it up this direction to face that bed, since there is not that TV up there. But if this just isn't close enough for you, or if this one's being used by someone down here and you just need one closer, again, it is pre-wired up there for that extra TV. And then working back into our bathroom here, open this, give us a little bit more light in here. So you do still get a full bathroom. I think this bathroom is huge for this short wall size. It is really great for bringing everything, all of your essentials in here. I love their behind the mirror space because it does have these multiple shelves with lips on them. So when you do store your stuff in here and then you get to where you're going and you open it up, it doesn't come tumbling out at you. So great space for all your bathroom essentials up here. Kitchen sink, and then, or your bathroom sink, excuse me, and then tons of counter space. So typically in these short walls, once you do get your bathroom sink in there, you're gonna end up with very minimal counter space. I love that you still get all this space. And then your open shelves here, I think would be really great for your extra bathroom towels, hand towels, maybe some extra sheets for that sofa sleeper, stuff like that. And then you do have an additional cabinet here with your toilet paper roll holder in there, so you could store your extra toilet paper in there and stuff that you just want kind of closed up, out of sight, but all your, again, your towels and stuff right there. And those open cabinets, your toilet here. Up above your toilet, I really love that you are getting this full length mirror with it, especially if you are rodeoing or showing out of this trailer and you do have outfits for these classes and you want to make sure that you look nice as you step out of your trailer, I think it's really great to have this and just kind of see everything you got going on before you step out. A lot of trailers are not going to have this, so I really like that it does. Coming into here, we have another double rod hanging closet here, so really ample amount of storage space inside of this one. And it does have your table in there as well, so if you did want to slide that slide out and then set your table up in front of that couch, you do have even more space there since you do not have the dinette in this one. And then your shower with your skylight over it, giving you more head clearance and also more light inside of here. And you do have that removable shower head as well, so you can kind of utilize that and make that work in your favor. It does slide up and down as well. So again, this is that 12/8 short wall, but they really made great use of all the space in here, and you do get a lot of features for the size of this short wall. So we'll go ahead and step outside. So stepping back here, we'll start up top. We do have that 6-foot hay rack up top. It is a sheeted sided hay rack, not a hay pod, just a hay rack up there, but it does have the sides. And then behind that is going to be that generator. I didn't look as we stepped out there, but it is right above 60 hours. So really low hours on this one. Like I said, it does run. That is something that is also serviced once it gets to our shop as well. So you do know that it is serviced and taken care of and maintained and ready to go. Below that, we have our 16-inch LED awning light that would be functioning if it weren't for my battery. So we do have that visibility over our tie rails here. Sliding bus windows on the hip side. They do slide open, and then I think they might be locked right now, but then they do have screens and gel bars on these ones. And then this trailer does sit on two 7,000-pound Dexter Torflex axles. You have those aluminum wheels on them as well. Looks really sharp. Then we'll go ahead and step back and check out our stall space back here. So this one is a 3-horse slant load, just a regular rear load here, so you do get this collapsible rear tack. Let's go ahead and open this up so you guys can check it out. It is an 8-foot wide trailer, so you still are getting that 3-foot rear tack back here. I think it gives you plenty of space for what you need. I think you do get a lot of room out of this. I think the Cimarrons do a great job with their saddle posts here, that they are very adjustable and versatile, so you could remove, maybe you don't need this many, you could remove one if you needed more floor space. You could slide them up. Right now they're slid down pretty low, so we could even add some more up top if you needed more. We do have bridle hooks around this wall with that carpet behind, so it is protecting your tack and not going to end up leaving your black streaks from other storage items. It does have one of our Optibright lights in here as well, so giving you light inside of here, where if you just had your lights in your stall space, this wall would kind of get in the way and affect that. So you do have a light in here as well. And then on your door, even more bridle hooks and my favorite brush trays. I just love the size of these brush trays. I've got mine all packed up and filled up at home right now, and it just gives you so much space. I've packed that thing full. I've used one of those slots for all of my sprays. So flash spray, mane and tail detangler, liniment spray, and my poultice. And then my middle one, I've got all my brushes in there. And then my next one over, I've got rubber bands, mane and tail bands, and stuff like that. So I can fit a lot of stuff in there. Inside of your stall space here, you are going to have your stud wall up front. And then with your pass-through door here, like we've seen in the bathroom of the LQ, there are a lot of people that will use your front stall, being that it has the escape door and then your stud wall here. They will use this space as a mudroom instead. So if you didn't, or you got to where you're going and you unloaded and you were going to be there for a while, what they'll do is they'll unpack their trailer and then close this stud wall and set this up as their mudroom, so they can actually come in and out of their escape door, come straight into here, shed their muddy boots, shed their muddy clothes, dirty clothes, anything like that, and then step right into the bathroom, take a shower, and then get into your LQ for the evening. So it works out really well for that. And then you can actually lock this escape door as well. So once you get in, you can fully lock yourself inside this trailer and protect yourself from anyone who might try and come. Who knows? I mean, they might try and get in if they think that you're not here. So it is really nice to just know that you have that privacy and security inside of this trailer. We do have padded dividers inside of this one, as well as our fully lined kick matting all around this one. This one does have rubber mats on the floor. We do have customers who might prefer the worm flooring. That is something that we can actually do, not here, but we do, I think it's like about an hour south of here, just a little bit, maybe 30 minutes to 60 minutes south of here. We can actually take them there before you pick it up and get the worm done for you and then bring it back here. So it's 100% how you want it ready to go before you pick it up. So just know that is an option if you are looking for upgrades on this one, is to add that worm flooring. Again, it has the padded dividers. And then up above each one, you're gonna have a roof vent. They are two-way roof vents. You can actually push them this way to pull the air in, and then you can push them that way to draw the air out. So that's kind of how I have my trailer set up, is my front ones are pushed open forward facing to draw that air in. And then this last one back here is gonna draw that air out, kind of acts as air circulation through there with your sliding bus windows, and then you have drops on the head side. You can really get a lot of airflow through this trailer. And then what Cimarron does with their roofs here is they actually have a fully insulated roof all the way front to back on this trailer. So that is going to keep it a little bit cooler in here in the summer, keep it a little bit warmer in the winter, and then it also just really protects your roof, especially this spring, this summer. It's been wild here in Colorado, lots of hail. You're not gonna get hail damage up on top of these Cimarrons. This roof is actually very strong. It is not going to dent, and if it does get damaged by hail, it's gonna take almost a softball size hail to actually do any damage. When it does, it's just gonna spiderweb crack. So all you gotta do is go up there and coat it over with some of that clear polylast coating, and then you're good to go again. So really great product that they offer here. This trailer does have mangers in it for these last two stalls. That front one would be equipped for a corner feeder, but these last two have mangers on them. Each stall is going to have 2 tie rings in it. So you can use one tie ring to tie your horse, and then you have that second tie ring if you were going to hang a water bucket, or if you just wanted to hang your hay in a hay net, slow them down a little bit, and then also keep it contained. You know what would happen if I put my hay in this stall with my horses? They're just gonna get to the good stuff, right? And pull it all out with their nose ends up on the ground, and then they have no hay left. So having the 2 tie rings makes it really great to just hang a hay net. They can sit there and pick at the hay, and then when it does come out, it's just gonna fall into here, and they can pick up the scraps that way. So that's a great feature. I love having the 2 tie rings, and then just tying your horse on the other one. Opti-Bright lights in your stall area, and then back here having that folding rear tack, you are going to have a butt bar. So we'll set down into here. That way, if you did have your horse on this end stall that got a little antsy and wanted to come out before he was ready, like as soon as you open the door, they want to get coming out of here, but you don't have time to get in there and unclip him yet, these are just going to help keep him in there. He's going to hit his butt back here, and then no, he can't come out yet. So just safety, I think that's great. Just give you more time to get in there and get him unclipped before you want him to come out of there. You got loading lights back here. No ramp on this one. That is something that we can do here. We can add a ramp if you guys are looking for a ramp. And then we'll work our way around to our head space over here. On this rear door is your easy angle ladder to get up top. Check on that generator, fill your hay rack, give you guys the accessibility to get up there. And then over here, you're gonna have your fill for that generator. It's right down here, so it's super easy. You're already at a truck stop filling up your truck. You're just gonna pull it forward. This one is gasoline, so make sure you fill it up with gasoline, but really easy to just pull it forward and then stick the pump in there and fill it up. This one did have the 2 mangers. So you do get manger storage. Huge, huge extra storage in here. You will have that generator, fuel tank, takes up a little bit of space, but not bad. You still get lots of room inside of there. I think this space, having your axles here and then your manger wall right there, I think that space works really, really well for feed bags. Typically, I'll use this kind of as my mobile feed room to feed on the road. You can stick your grain bags in there and they will stay upright. And then you can just scoop out of there, fill your buckets, and then take it to your horses. I got mine are on multiple bags of grain and supplements, so that works really well. It's a great space for that. Drop down windows with jail bars as well. So you can drop these down and then they are gonna clip in. So you can drive down the road with these open, and then you have the jail bars so your horses cannot get their heads out. If you are stopped and you did want to feed and water them, they do fold down though. All you gotta do is just find that opening there and then drop those down. Then you can kind of step up in there, check on them, feed them, water them, let them rest while you're parked for just a minute, and then stick those back up. And then your escape door up here, like we had talked about earlier, it does have two different locking mechanisms on them because they do know there will at some point be a horse behind this door. They don't want it to just be just this one latch where they could kind of play with it on the inside and accidentally open it, or maybe they're pawing and they accidentally bust it open. It does have a secondary locking mechanism, so that way your horse is secure inside. But this is the space that works really well for extra storage or as a mudroom, secondary entrance into your LQ. Having that stud wall there, it works great for that. You do have your chest bar here though if you did have a horse in there, so that they can't jump out if you were to step in here. And then it does have those D-rings for that corner feeder, since there's no manger on this one. On your escape door, you still are gonna get your drop down window. And if you don't need that ventilation, each window is gonna have a sliding bus window option as well. Right here is gonna be our city water connection. We talked about way back in the beginning how our fresh water fill was up there. Right here is where you're just gonna screw in the hose and then have that constant city water connection here. And then your shore power plugs in right here. We did see that cord that was in those mangers. So that's gonna plug in right here and give you guys electricity if you choose not to run your generator. Again, the guy that owned this actually showed, and at the shows, not so much the rodeos or the trailheads, but at the shows they do have plug-ins. So anywhere you go, it's similar to a campground. You can just plug in and then connect to city water and just have a full hookup is what they call it. So again, he did that a lot. So really low hours on the generator, but it does still come equipped with a generator. And then underneath here, we got a couple things going on. We're gonna have your aluminum battery box. It's got your batteries in it. And then you do have a disconnect switch in here. So you can flip it on and off as needed. You are gonna wanna leave it turned on when you are plugged in, so it does charge your batteries. But then when you get to where you're going, you're in a hurry, you don't know if someone left the bathroom light on, but you need to unhook and run to town for dinner or something, just unhook it, come in here and flip that to off. Make sure it doesn't drain your batteries. We do have two 30-gallon propane tanks on this one, so we do upgrade those. You do have your matching spare tire mounted under here. And then this one has dual electric jacks. Gives you more stability that way. My last living quarters only had the one, and when it got to be a little windy outside, kind of felt like you were sleeping on like a cruise ship or something. So it is nice to have the two for extra stability. Your 7-pin plug for your truck, instead of hanging down like this. I really appreciate that Cimarron has come up with a design where it has a home over here, gets it out of the elements, keeps it tucked away safely when you're backing up underneath it. Just try and keep everything lasting as long as possible for you guys. And then up here, this PVC pipe here is going to contain the hoses for your sewer draining. So when you do need to dump your tanks, you're just going to come up here and take your hose out and go over there and get them dumped. So really, I like how they again, Cimarron and Outlaw combined, they really just have great ideas and options as far as storage. Like, just my last living quarters didn't have that. It didn't have any storage for it. So I ended up buying like bins from Home Depot, you know, and storing all that stuff in one bin. But then where do you put that? You're taking up space in either your stud wall or your mangers or something like that. And when they've just put it up here underneath the nose for you. So again, this is a 2018 Cimarron Norstar 3-horse slant load with that Proline Outlaw interior. This one is still available as of right now. I did have a deposit on it for a little bit, but it's back on the market. I think it's still working its way through our chassis shop, but it's gonna be, once they get through it, it'll be 100% ready to rock and roll. So if you guys are interested in this one, we have this stock ID right here. Your stock number on this one is gonna be 5U230821. If you guys are on the lot, all you gotta do is pull up your phone camera and scan that, click on the link that pops up, takes you to the page for this trailer. Go to our website, type this in at the very bottom right-hand corner, takes you to the page for this trailer. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, give me that number, and I can send you guys the spec sheets. I can send you these Proline sheets on it. Shows you all the options that Proline did to this one. I can send you all this information. I can send you the sheets from our shop and what they've done to it, what they still got to do to it, all that good stuff. We have nothing to hide here. We are proud of what we've done to these trailers when they come in, so give me a call if you want that information. All my contact info will show up on your screen. Again, it's Michaela Geis. 303-918-6367 is my cell phone, call or text, whatever you guys prefer. And then my email is on there as well, Michaela.Geis@transwest.com. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in again, and I look forward to showing you another cool trailer next week.